Greetings. Thank you for your interest in new ways for mediation, a breakthrough approach for mediating high conflict disputes. High conflict disputes are different. People with high conflict personalities, whether there's one or two or more in a mediation case, approach thinking differently and problem solving differently. They're often highly reactive, preoccupied with blaming others, have less managed emotions, and may have engaged in extreme behaviors. So we need to adapt the approach that we use for mediation. Traditionally, mediation in the last 40 years has been focused on being interest-based, talking about emotions, trying to resolve issues of the past, etc., trying to have insight for the parties into the dynamics of their conflict and how to be different in the future. What we've learned with high conflict personalities is that we really need to adapt the approach. So we need to not try for insight into their own behavior, but instead look at choices going forward. We try not to emphasize the past and talk as little about that as possible, focusing on them using problem-solving skills to make choices about the future. We also try to steer clear of emotions because high conflict people drown in their emotions. And so we're trying to shift to a different part of the brain that's focused more on problem solving, solutions, details, things like that. But it has to engage the clients in doing the thinking. So in many ways, the mediator acts more as a guide and teaches small skills and small steps to the parties, which they then use. Things such as having the parties make their agenda with the mediator's assistance, having the parties make proposals with the mediator's assistance. So all of these shifts, there's at least 10 paradigm shifts in the new ways for mediation method. And we teach these in a 12-hour training. The first 4 hours are recorded. There's a basic background in understanding high conflict personalities, so you can see why we don't want to do some of the things we traditionally have done. And then there's discussion of the CARS method of managing any individual with a high conflict personality, whether they're your mediation clients or other people in your life. Then there's an introduction to the new ways for mediation method, and it's a 1-hour demonstration of mediation with 2 clients going through the process of new ways for mediation. Then there's 8 hours of live training. So think of this as 3 parts. First part's 4 hours recorded training you do on your own at your convenience, but do that before the live training. Then the first 4 hours of the live training talk in more detail about the structure of the method, the steps of the method, the skills you're teaching the clients, and then a practice mediation. And then that's part 2, 4 hours. Then part 3, usually on another day, is further mediation training, practice exercise, debriefing all the paradigm shifts. And we tell people these are tools, not rules. So do what works for you, but try the method and then implement it in your own practice to the extent you wish to. So it's a whole structured method. It's really a new approach. And it's really the first major change, I think, we've seen from interest-based methods. However, it's not to take anything away from doing interest-based work with 80% of your mediations. This is focused on high conflict mediation and what works for them, although you can use the tips and tools in any case if you wish. And there's over 100 tips and tools that we talk about in our new book, Mediating High Conflict Disputes, upon which the training is based. So this is the 12-hour training, and we look forward to seeing you. I hope you'll consider participating in this.